my name is C, and today I have something incredibly special to share with you guys. So, due to two very kind people, I was able to redeem some cards and get a custom diamond painting from DiamondArtClub. So we're gonna take a peek at this. I am so excited to see how this rendering looks. So let's crack into this. If you didn't know, DiamondArtClub's treasure quest cards, you collect enough of them, redeem them, you can get gift cards or this custom thing. So anyways, I don't feel like that needs to be explained, but let's see what's in here. I will say, it's funny seeing their like middle point box will go with the lining of the new box. Anyways, things I care about that people usually don't. Anyways, we still have our usual toolkit in here. So that comes with a bag of baggies. Sorry, I was sick a week ago, but the cough won't leave, so I'm gonna try to edit it out, but we'll see. I'm so sorry. Anyways, we have a bag of baggies. Usually there's not enough to kit up into, but there's a good chunk of them. We have our twist and pick pens. This is loaded with DiamondArtClubs. I'm hesitant to say that it's like a putty or a wax, or like it feels like something in between almost. But anyways, you twist the end, comes out this way, and you can kind of just scrape off excess, and there you go. Place for a multi-placer. This is a 4, and inside our tray here we have a 7. More of that like putty wax combo, the regular pink heart wax, and then of course the tray. Cool. So let's throw all of that out, grab this stuff. Oh yeah, I took a peek at this. I meant to seal that back up. I didn't look at the canvas. I was just curious how the picture looked on here. So anyways, in here we have our thank you pamphlet. So it has tips and tricks, how to use that pen, step-by-step instructions, QR codes to the app. You get 20% off your first purchase. I also have a link and a code in the description. The main thing is just don't pay full price. There's usually a discount code somewhere floating on the internet. Your kit contents, and then the Facebook group. Great place to see pictures, ask questions, whatever. Okay. Of course, no treasure crest with this one because it is a custom thing. On our thing, usually this is where you have like the artist and the kit name. We just have the SKU here. I guess there are up to 78 of these customs done. But anyways, that is my picture. This was Bandit. She passed on Halloween about 2 years ago now. She was my absolute just favorite cat. I can't say that. She's actually, I have other cats now. But I really love this cat. She was so sweet. Anyways, I'll get into that in just a second. The kit has 65 colors, square, 51 by 51 centimeters. And there's our colors. I totally knew this was going to have a lot more browns in it. And we have 5 fairy dust, which, no ABs. I'm quite okay with that. I love the way that fairy dust looks. Anyways, yeah, I expected these colors. Okay, let's actually look at this. Here's the top of the kit. Oh, look at her little face. Okay. Oh, this turned out so well. Okay, hold on. Let me just. Oh. I know it's gonna be so hard to see. She was such a her colors were so much fun, but yeah, she's a very dark cat. Okay, here's where I'll talk about her for a little bit. I'm going to indulge myself in this one. Bandit was my cat that I got when I was in middle school around, I want to say around 11, 12. At that time I had another cat. Her name was Squeaker and was lovingly named Mama Cat. I had her from... Mama Cat looked after me from when I was a baby until we got Bandit. And unfortunately, the girls' times only overlapped by a year, and then Mama Cat passed. And Bandit kind of took her place in my life, I guess. We'll go with that. Squeaker was always by my side. She would always sleep at the end of my bed every single night, no matter what we did. She would throw a fit if she didn't get to sleep there. And Bandit promptly took over. Now, the two girls did not totally like each other, which is fine. They're ladies. But Bandit took over her spot and liked to sleep up by my pillow, and that's where she stayed up until Halloween 2023. So I'm trying very hard not to just start crying. I love this cat dearly. Anyways, so yes, this was Bandit. She was a chaos cat if there ever was one. And I mean, she would charge around the house, bounce off the walls, and generally just start trouble wherever she went. However, she was one of the best reading buddies I ever had. The red blanket in the background was actually her favorite to curl up underneath with me. And she was my reading buddy, so anytime I was reading a book, she demanded to be under this blanket and, reading with me, and she had to be underneath the blanket. She didn't want to be on top. So this photo was a very rare occurrence of her just actually looking like a sweet little baby instead of the demon that she was. And I say that lovingly. I say that full of love for my cat. But yes, this is Bandit. Oh, and she had thumbs. I don't know if you could tell, but this is actually an extra toe. So anyways, let's actually get into this. I think I've talked about my cat enough. I am sorry. But yeah, I just felt that the custom needed to be this picture of her. It's probably one of the best ones I have. I have others of her, like, chewing boxes and just generally causing chaos, and somehow, you know, getting into that little narrow spot between my wall and the bed and getting stuck there. So I have pictures, a whole bunch of silly pictures of her, but this is probably the best one I have, where she's just being cute. Anyways, okay, let's talk about the canvas. Up at the top, usually we have DiamondArtClub's branding, but this time we have the Treasure Quest Custom Prize. We have legend on both sides, and then at the bottom we actually have that thumbnail, the SKU, the size, and then just DiamondArtClub down at the bottom. Lifetime warranty. Anything's wrong with this, I'm pretty sure that they will replace, send extras, and by that I mean, like, if I run out of a color, I'm missing one, yeah, spill happens, who knows? Generally, it's pretty much covered. You could see that there's this grid here. That's actually DiamondArtClub's perforated cover, so it rips right along those dotted lines. And yeah, okay. The fun thing about this is that, again, I knew this was going to happen, but you have color blocking within the blanket. And by that, I just mean like a good patch of color. You can see, like, in those H's there, a good patch of color over a larger section. And then you get into my little kitty's face and it's just confetti, which I expected for her colorings. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, enough of that. Here is that sticker right on the front, matches the SKU on the canvas, and the sticker sheet. Usually I store things separately, but I'm going to try and keep this one together. I am very tempted to get this one up on Halloween, but part of me also kind of just wants to hang on to it for a second. Anyways, we'll see what I do. Okay. Let's take a look at these colors and we will see if we can find any specials. Of course, for my baby, it is going to be lots and lots of browns. But anyways. Ooh, that's a new special. Well, okay, I was gonna say that's a new one, but I think I've had this one in my mini dazzles. Anyways, this is Z3371. It is a dark brown fairy dust. So as you can see here, that kind of light brown shimmery effect on the top there, that's our fairy dust. So it just gives a nice gentle shimmer. It's not as harsh as an AB would be, but it's very, like we have both. Ooh, there's a slight shade difference there. That's neat. But you can kind of see the difference between these are the same DMCs. Okay, let's keep her going. Oh, a nice light brown, 3864. That light shimmery coating. And a light red fairy dust, 349. Just have a random pink here. Z950. There's that coating there. This one's a little harder to see. It actually matches my skin tone a little bit closer than it appears in camera. This is somehow more yet less colors than I expected. Does that make sense? I don't know, when I first saw the rendering, all the confetti really made me think that there'd be more colors, but 65. Okay, I guess never mind, that is quite a bit. Anyways, 3832 is our last fairy dust, a light pink. Light pink? That's not light pink. We'll go just pink. Oh. Anyways, yeah. It's my handful colors. Probably all of these are within all that confetti. Well, and these reds are in the blanket. But yeah, alright. Okay, we'll look at these last few colors, and then I am very curious where those specials are on this kit. So, we'll just shove that aside, zoom right on out. Oh, I was right on her nose. Cute. Look at her little face. Alright. We can do this color by color. Oh, alright. So that giant patch I showed you over here earlier, that red, so is the red fairy dust, bright red over here, back here, right in that patch there. That seems to be about it for that red. Let's look at the pink because I'm feeling it will be the same. So actually, we can zoom in just a touch. It is a plaid blanket. Yeah, that's the pattern of it. So that pink fairy dust is actually back in along here in these details. That'll be pretty. And a good patch of it down at the bottom here. Well, I can't say patch. It's like sprinkled in. The next one, the little diamond, which is that lightest fairy dust, is right back in here. Right here. All tucked between her paw there. Ooh, it's gross. It's actually highlighting along her too in her fur in like these brighter spots. And then we also have the little anchor, which was the darker beige of the two, and that's actually just sprinkled in pretty much everywhere. I don't see a good patch of it. Yeah, there's more of both of those in here, just kind of like sprinkled in. And yeah, so more of that lighter one down here, the lighter one here, more of that other one just kind of sprinkled in and highlighting in the brightest parts of her fur. And then we have that dark brown. That might be a little trickier to see. It's like right along the edges in some of these darker spots. Yeah, like there's some on her little face there. Some over here. Oh, there's a couple on the tips of her ears. Right along, like, just below her ear here. So yeah, that dark brown is just kind of sprinkled in here. There's some along the blanket too. Okay, so I think that's it. I'm so happy right now. Again, I'm gonna send a message to the people who helped me get the cards again. But just a big thank you to them for helping make this possible. I'm really, really happy right now that I have this. So yeah, biggest thank you to them. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this one up. I love how it looks. Part of me really wants to get this up and work on it, but I also only have the one, and I kind of want to hang on to it. I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna go think about this for a bit if I'm gonna work on it or not. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching while I unbox this. I hope I didn't bore you too much with stories about my cat. I just yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.